Alright, so, whoa, for one, don't drive and alive. What a perfect example. Irony, I think, is the best way to start this one. So, today was quite a day regarding the whole scenario situation of my mother's health, well-being. So much happened today. I don't really know where to start, to be honest. Let's just say, for one, that things got to their breaking point. Hey, what's up, Mutated? BSR, the Beachside Redneck himself. Y'all may be just about to see my local... Alright, I need to explain why I'm here. Hey, Queen, darling girl. Should I say something? Nah, not yet. There's an announcement to be determined. There's music. YouTube's gonna get all over that. So today has been one of the most chaotic days of my life. Okay? For my life, for my mother's life, for my father's life, for my entire family, my brother, my niece, my nephew, for everybody that's been involved in the things that I've been describing here, which is not knowing if my mother is going through something akin to dementia, or if it's just honest to goodness, straight up brainwashing and grooming and indoctrination via Instagram. So I've been very, very candid, transparent about what's been going on, and it came to a head today. It got to its breaking point. Thankfully, it didn't manifest into just me, treating the wall like it's a opponent in the octagon, because newsflash, the wall seems to always win. One day I'll beat that damn thing. One day. But until that day, so today I, one by one, first off, I ran out of work. I told my bosses there was a family emergency. I ran like a complete moron on speed, and I left my job. I jumped in my car. I was still in uniform. I went over because I knew where my mother was, and she was in the process of purchasing maybe $500 worth of gift cards for people that are telling her they are Keanu Reeves, Kevin Costner, Johnny Depp. She's got a doctor that gave a specific organization. The acronym for the organization is ASDP. So one by frickin' one. For one, okay, wait. For one, how many times am I going to say that? I went to the Walmart, I found her, and I was like a ninja. Let's make it clear what I just said. I was like a ninja, and I was watching her from afar, ducking and dodging at every moment that I possibly could, because I didn't want her to know I was there. She went there, she walked there, which is crazy because she hasn't been able to walk without from her bedroom to the kitchen without getting exhausted. But she was able to walk like a possessed person to get to Walmart to buy gift cards. So me refusing to accept that, and the doctor's appointment, by the way, while it's great, they have something they're going to do next Wednesday, I expressed to my father that that's not good enough, that I felt he betrayed me by not doing what we discussed, which is ensuring we get a neurologist referral or something done today. My father chose not to tell the doctor anything about her behavior and activity. I was absolutely pissed off, and then I found myself kind of projecting all the anger. It's not my father's fault, but I had to be the man of the house and take action myself. So I made it to the Walmart that I knew she'd be at. It's the only one that she could possibly reach via walking at 78 years old. And I watched her for a full hour, and I was able to get just less than an inch away from her, behind her and over her shoulder, and I got to just look at and peek at the private Google chat she was in, getting the instructions on what cards to activate and how, and what to tell the cashiers. So let me add this, by the way. Once again, any damn scammers that do anything regarding that world just being a complete piece of crap, stay away from this community and channel. Alright, I'm not gonna hold back whatsoever. I will name drop the scammers in the future if you continue to pretend like we don't all know. So let that be the only warning. And you know what? I said that to Keanu Reeves today. By goodness. I told Keanu Reeves, and I got the whole conversation all pictured and recorded because it's too good. I felt like I was bossing around. Yeah, no. This man would not relent. He was insisting, I'm Keanu Reeves, and it's obvious he's not. Oh, did I get ahead of myself? Okay, hold on. In Walmart, I orchestrated a series of events to freeze the credit card that she has. She didn't know that, so I waited for her. Before we got to that, I spoke to almost everybody that works at that huge-ass Walmart. I called the Walmart and I described my mother and said, do not sell her anything like a gift card. Anything. And that's when I was able to meet the person I spoke to on the phone and the manager and the whole staff. They recognized her. And we were all like being a bunch of ninjas, watching and explaining everything about the whole scenario. They assured me they wouldn't either way, but they got my back. And I didn't want her to know that the credit card was frozen. Yes, I'd have a son talking shit about me like that. You'd hate to have a son talking shit about you. Well, I love you. You're such a good fan. Thank you. This is just the honest experience of what happened. If you're triggered so much, well, please stay and have some more. Sue your ass. So, yeah, no, I'm glad it ends up with a happy ending. Thank goodness. But I waited until she got to the register finally, and then I made my way there and paid for all the groceries, and I told her, look, you're not going to be able to purchase these gift cards. You don't have access to your account, all right? I had this taken care of. It became a little bit of a public fiasco, unfortunately, but somehow, as intense as it was, she was going to get a cab and go try somewhere else. I refused. I wasn't going to let my mother take a cab or walk back. She had the groceries. So I bought all the groceries, just like $60. Took her home, and then we got to begin like a true healing process by just being rational and going through the logistics of things. It was very heated. It was very contemptuous. You know, she throws out the whole, my blood pressure, and I'm freaking out. And it just took a lot of extra care, a lot of extra strength. These are our family. We have to sometimes handle it and swallow our anger, our pride, whatever it is, our frustration, and deal with what we have to in the best way that it can be conveyed. And I was able to accomplish just that. I know my father was at his wit's end, and it was getting so bad that my brother was saying he was going to come here from New York. My mother was saying from one of the scammers that I've been invited to California and I'm going to go, which we all know where that would have led. And as I mentioned earlier, I was going to actually move out for a couple of weeks because I couldn't handle it. But we faced it head on, and one by one, I got the Keanu Reeves little punk scared enough to where, and I explained, I walked my mother through the conversation with this complete a-hole and had her ask questions that put him in a corner until he couldn't explain it anymore. And finally, she saw the light. So I got to handle Mr. Keanu Reeves until he just couldn't deal with it anymore. And I turned the tables and said, apologize to my mother. Apologize for being such a scumbag. Is your mother proud? Stuff like that, And I said, yeah, I got a tiny little YouTube channel. I'd be more than happy to make you my pet project. Apologize. Admit what you are. And he finally just, shut up. His favorite response, though, is, really? Really? Good job, Keanu. And then I had to go and debunk a Johnny Depp. One message at a time. It was not easy. It was draining, emotionally, psychologically, all of these things. It was freaking awful and painful, but if you just take the time and you're inspired by how much you love and care for your parents, the people in your lives, your family, all of these little obstacles are nothing, all right? And we ended up steamrolling over it. It took a bit of a fight, but I put him in the same damn corner. Now I'm starting to lose track of how many scammers I'm debunking or exposing. Hold on, yeah, you know what? It's just not how I roll. I know who you are, by the way, or most likely. Not that it matters. I'm not gonna give you any more attention. As a matter of fact, you're, I don't know, do whatever you want, but, I don't like you. So, you can come back on another account if you so desire, but you bore me. What do we got? Set me eating, Queen Bee? No way. Wait, like, Queen Bee from the big show, man. I was there when it was a little itty bitty show, and now it's a huge thing, and I'm so proud of Queen Bee. If I got the right one, or we talking about my queen right there, Queen Survivor. That's my queen. But all right. So longer story short, and thank you for joining, Doug. Okay, apparently this queen knows you. Longer story short, I got to prove two of those bastards as being the frauds that they are, and I showed my mother the magic of stock image photos, the Wayback Machine, reverse image searches, things that kind of blew her mind and got her to finally acknowledge that she's being lied to and manipulated because she has such a good and pure heart. She wants the best of people to be all that's ever there. But it's the internet, baby. Just like Stir Your Ass over there, who just got blocked for now until he calls his minions or comes back on another profile. We love you, by the way, Sue Your Ass. Arse. I do those ums too much. What was it? Where was I? Okay, yeah, up and up. And that, you know, what the red flags are. If they're trying to get you to go on Google Chat and isolate you from your loved ones, big red flag, you know, just keep your antennae up. So after that, there was one more little bastard before the whole evening could progress. And there was a man that convinced her he is a doctor for this ASDP, whatever acronym. And I don't know what it is with these scammers saying, even though, according to their profiles, they're like millionaires, they need $500 to renew. Here's what the Johnny Depp guy was saying. I need $100 in Apple gift cards so I can renew my subscription so that I can do a voice call. Right? That look, I hope that's what you felt, right? So the more I said it out loud to my mother, the more it was finally starting to make sense, especially when the responses from these deadbeats was not anything that was convincing. So the last one was the doctor guy, who spent hours upon hours, and I don't know how many days. I'm frightened to even acknowledge it. Our most vulnerable demographic is people like our parents, the elderly, the ones that don't know what a dark place the internet is and can be, because through anonymity, there's no consequences. You can do anything you want and never have to actually use your conscience as a bother. So she's finally learning this. And after I read some of these messages, what's disturbing is how much work they put into convincing the elderly, lonely woman, or for whatever reason, you know, my father and I work full-time jobs. We're not always able to be there and have every conversation that my beautiful mother wants to have. So as a result, she is the perfect target. And I've decided, okay, Mom, here's this acronym, let's do a search. I found the actual website, and then I found a phone number. I called the phone number. I left a message explaining the situation. I left the name of the individual, Willie Nelson. No, don't worry, not the singer, just some asshole named Willie Nelson. And that was it. And I'm laying on the tile floor in the kitchen, I'm just drained, I'm done by that point. But my mother finally conceded and said, okay, this is the last one, and then, okay, I admit it, I've been taken for a ride, you've been right, and I couldn't pass that up, even though I was ready to just say one and done. ADRSP, whatever, they called me back, and she was like, yeah, what, hello, is this, they asked for my name, Eli, can you elaborate on what, hello, bruh, it's good to see you, bruh, yeah, bruh. They're like, can you elaborate? What were you talking about? And I said, look, there is a individual using social media to and using the good name of your foundation to scam elderly women out of their money. And this woman said, first off, there's only 4 active doctors of the specific job we do, and they're all women, number 1. Number 2, and you're talking to one of them. And so I shared all this in real time with my mother, and honestly, what's painful is she is heartbroken because these people really earned her trust. She trusted all of these little scamming fraud bastards, which has put a renewed vigor into my soul regarding exposing scumbags that just do evil things for their own benefit. Stuff like this that disgusts me. People have to take action, period. That's the end of the story. So after that, she said, could you do me a favor? I said, of course. Could you send me a link to that scumbag's page? Because we don't want anybody using our good name to scam anybody. So hopefully this scumbag POS, Willie Nelson, pretending to be some big deal military doctor saving lives, gets tracked somehow through this huge medical foundation that's been around since 1923, and they just get his ass, man. So this is the first breath I've been able to take. I was at work from noon today, and right before I was about to get some sushi for break, I got the call that my mother was just got up and left the house. And I did call her and threaten. I said, Mom, I don't know what to do. This was before we got to actually talk and have the progress happen. I was like, I'm gonna call the police. You need a psych eval. We need to do something. I'll put a silver alert on you. And that was too damn aggressive, but I was so hot at the moment. I was beside myself, and trying to play nice with the customers was failing. So, I ran like a lunatic, but I wouldn't trade my actions for anything in the world. I finally have gotten through to her, it appears, and I'm hoping this lasts. I don't want to get the cart before the horse, so to speak, and think this is the end of the story forever and always, and I can always trust her, but we at least came to some kind of understanding, which is, I said, Mom, I understand you're an independent woman, and you've earned to live your own best life. I love you, I respect that. However, the agreement we need to come to is, if you want the privacy that you so eagerly defend and fight for, all we ask is that you approach me or Dad if you get a bad gut feeling, or if they start asking for money in any shape or form. Please come to us. And by goodness, right before I got into this car to take a drive out to where I'm at, she agreed. I can only hope. I wish I was a praying man, but I got a lot of hope in my heart, and I hope this is the last of this fiasco that's nearly destroyed our family. Things that I never wanted to hear my parents say were being said, and I was straight up terrified. I reverted back to a child, but my fighting spirit never ended. Here, you want to join me into where I'm going? Oh, I don't know. I might get judged. Look, I'm only human. This is not an excuse, and remember, continue to maintain that I take long breaks. Thank you, Queen. My dear sweetheart, Queen. Thank you. Mutated. Slim Reaper, my brother. Yo, thank you, Slim, by the way. I didn't get to thank you for being in that, birthday video. All of you lovely souls and human beings that have done what you've done. I hope y'all been watching the Russell Brand story unfold and all the truth bombs he's dropped. Ooh, somebody just smoking a real strong beady out there. Whoo, contact high. Russell Brand is fighting the good fight. He is dropping all the truth bombs possible. It is absolutely a coordinated effort to have him canceled because he keeps speaking truth to power. Follow that man into the depths of hell if necessary. He's on Rumble. Get on Rumble. He's no longer monetized on YouTube. He is fighting. All right. I see The Independent. They are continually writing stories to make us hate Russell Brand, but it's not changing that. There's over 6 million people that rely on Russell Brand to be more impartial than any mainstream media outlet. And we know there's active legislation that is being imposed from Parliament, and it's only a matter of time before it's at a country near you here in the good old States, or state near you, I should say, where they use something under the term trust, what is it, the antitrust media platform, or the trust media platform. If any time legislation has the word trust in it, you know to put your own antennae up and get those red flags ready and start waving them. Because the last thing legislation is ever going to be honest about is trust. So he's calling them out on all the bullshit. So be sure to watch him call them out on the bullshit so he can stay on the up and up regarding what's really true, as opposed to all the nonsense they want us to constantly believe. Now I'm going to go ahead and get to the mystery store I'm at. This is the place though. I got permission to podcast at and interview people, but I can do it from the inside, not just the outside. Let me see if the owner is here, and I can thank him for that. It's my boy Freddie. Okay, with that, I had to check in, and I felt just the urge and the fire of the whole events of today. It's been exhausting, and I do feel drained. To anybody that was hoping that I'd give them a call or reach out, I've been just too in the thick of it, like I'm in quicksand and lava at the same time. But thank you, as always, once again, for embarking on this incredibly strange journey that we could only imagine, but truth is stranger than fiction, and it's all a freestyle. Don't ever worry. It's not preordained and written. We can screw up along the way. That helps make us understand this whole existence called humankind, or being human, and this one life we got to live. Don't try to live perfectly. Just try to live gracefully and humbly, and hopefully one day that will lead to some kind of progress. Patriot out for now, and expect a lot more shorts, with, you know, regarding my comics and stuff like that. But the live streams is my passion. And Justin, wherever you're at, brother, actions not distractions. We love you, we miss you, this community needs you. Okay, everybody, I can't click and see the chat, or can I? Oh, I want to say hello to everybody, but everything. Okay, there we go. Green Survivor, Mutated Illustration, Slim. Well, everybody else that's here, I can't see all your names. I'm sorry, it's all falling apart now. Doug Midkiff Senior, bruh, my bruh, and I think that's. Oh, and a big shout out to Sue, your arse, for that energy, and BSR. All right, guys, I'm gonna go and get a little mystery treat. Don't worry. Moderation is key. Oh, Steven, that's my brother right there. Steven, I gotta tell you, Beverly Carter, hi. I don't recognize you, but I feel like, you know, we've known each other from day one. Like, even when I was in the womb, I was like, one day I'm gonna meet Beverly Carter on some obscure live stream on YouTube. And here you are. It happened finally. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, Stephen A. It's official. I got the DNA test. We're related. If you go far back enough to like primitive times, our ancestors were cavemen together, whittling sticks and making fire. Matter of fact, I think you were the direct ancestor of the caveman that learned to make fire, and I'm an ancestor related to a caveman that did the commercials for Geico. Fun facts, the more you know. Okay, I'm starting to say goodbye.